Hello, this is a Jayleshark and Friends
And Russell.
and Russell podcast. And in today's show, we're talking to the amazing Sumi Soorian, which rhymes, which I didn't realise until I've just read this out. Sumi tells us how she arrived in Phuket via the south of France, well, she was in China before that, and she was born in Malaysia. But then she talks passionately about her work with the Phuket Hotels Association, setting up the outstanding Bampot restaurant, and helping to reduce the use of single-use plastic in hotels, resorts, and other places around this whole crazy place that we call Phuket. Finally, she talks about how PHISTing will be even bigger this year. I like Sumi. She's awesome. Enjoy the show. Is that what I ordered?
You ordered an Americano, unless you did.
Oh no, we better not, because Sumi's all environmental friendly, so I better have this cup.
Can I have your cookie though?
No, I was just going
Why can I not have my own cup? Why does this happen? They're little bakewell tarts, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Friggin' love bakewell tarts.
So does Sumi.
Have you just shoved that all in?
It's Valentine's Day. I get priority.
God, you're peaking.
God,
Hold
it is
on.
as well.
What did
You
get,
boys
Emily?
failed.
What do you mean
all.
failed? I've been divorced for 3 years.
Failed.
I haven't. Well, yeah, I failed. Brilliant. Thanks for bringing that up.
What?
Valentine's Day.
Don't do Valentine's. It's bullshit. I'm organising
Where
a
are
last night
my
out
flowers? I was
Fuck
so
that.
excited coming here. I gave you guys
just
a few
finish
minutes.
what's in your mouth before you start talking?
tonight. Valentine's Day
This is
is
pod-
an
this is
absolute
great.
pile of
Welcome
shite.
to the podcast, Sumi, who's just eaten my little bakewell tart from Bake. Other coffee shops are available. We're at Bake today. Hi, Russell.
Hey, Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Sumi.
Hi Jay. Hi Russell. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry, but we're all a little bit late.
I was on time.
No, you were on time.
I
You were
was
the
late.
only one.
I've been here since 8:30.
In Bake.
Yes.
Crikey, you
And
spend a
then
lot of time here.
Yeah. I
Have you got an
do.
account?
Not yet.
Do they still do have the Bake card?
Did they ever have one?
No,
I was gonna say
don't think so.
no.
I'm sure Twin Palms had a little collection thing, though. If you went
Well,
to
it's like
Catch
your
and bought
membership card sort of thing.
No, they had a... Oh, yeah, and then you get little points, don't
Hmm.
you? And every time you spent a certain amount, you got little points.
Yeah, spend 85,000 baht and you get...
Well, that's
point.
just one bottle of vodka with a little
Yeah,
fireworks coming
yeah.
out the top.
Yes.
Russell's smoothie.
Yay.
Are you sure we can't offer you a drink?
No,
or anything?
I did have something early on.
You can
but
have some
thank you.
water or anything. Vodka, usually this sort of time for you, isn't it?
It is Friday, but no.
And it's Valentine's Day, so, you know, let's
Exactly.
just go
What
wild.
did you get for Valentine's Day?
Nothing.
Are you
Apart
a
from
big...
an amazing life.
Yeah.
Nothing yet.
Are you big into the whole Valentine's thing?
No, not
No,
really.
good, yeah, I
It's
think
all
it's a-
a bit overrated.
It's an absolute
Every day is
crock.
Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
I
Right.
see. I prefer coffee in a takeaway cup. It tastes better. It does.
You're odd.
Really? You only just know that now. Hi, Sumi. Thank you for joining us on the Jayleshark and Friends
And Russell.
podcast. See what we did there? Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us about
You
you.
almost forgot
It's a
him.
well-oiled machine, this.
Russell wants to put more structure into our podcast. I'm very much against it. What's your feelings on that as you undress?
Is that why I'm here today, to give you guys a bit of a structure?
Well,
Well-
actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yes, could you help us? Well, you seem to help everybody out. What do you do, Sumi?
Yeah, who are you?
What do you do?
I don't do anything.
Are
I
you-
make magic happen. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
How many kids have you got?
2.
Oh, wow. So it happened twice then.
Yes,
Yeah.
full of magic and sparks.
And alcohol.
Yeah.
Tequila. No, sorry, because your kids are listening. They think that you just got drunk and no, you didn't.
No.
No. Don't worry, they won't listen.
Okay, I don't drink.
Do you not drink at all?
No. I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Are you really? Let's talk about that. How was that for you? What was your drink of choice? Does it still affect you now? Could you answer? Don't giggle. Answer the questions.
I was just teasing. No,
Okay.
I'm not. Sorry
So
to
who-
disappoint you.
How long have you been in Phuket?
Cookie Land.
It'll be 8 years in November this year.
And what brought you here?
We came on holidays, like classic story, like everybody else. We came here for a 3-month break.
Oh God, no, that's not like everyone else. Most people go on holiday for a week.
We had
2
you the
weeks.
first part, but
Yeah.
the whole 3-month sabbatical.
We're having a 3 months holiday, as you do.
3 months. Well, we had a sabbatical. So
Where were you before?
South of France.
Okay, nice.
And we were escaping the winter there, and we decided to come here. We had 2 young kids, so we just wanted to be in sunshine.
But you're not French.
No,
Where are you from? What's your background?
Malaysian,
Okay, so you're
Chinese, Indian, Malaysian.
born Chinese.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sorry,
Conversation
listeners.
over?
Yeah, we're in a world of trouble
Check,
now.
please.
We better leave.
Hey,
So-
virus do not discriminate.
So you grew up, born and bred in Malaysia,
Correct. Yes.
and then what took you to the south of France?
We were living the dream.
Okay.
But the dream versus reality was very different.
And,
So it was
how long
18 months too long.
Right, okay, gotcha.
And we were escaping our winter there and came here and decided to stay on.
Fair enough. And had you been to Thailand before?
Yes,
Yeah,
many
okay.
times.
So you knew what you were coming into, basically?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, we were tossing between Bali and Phuket. But figured if we're going to be here this long, well, we went on food choices. We thought we could live with
Yeah.
Phuket.
And plus, you've got the kids in the school.
Yeah,
It's got
exactly.
to weigh into that as well, I guess.
I don't know. Is barley food that bad?
It's not bad, but it's not something I don't know, Balinese food.
I don't know. I've only ever been to Bali once, and I don't.
Well, you can't go wrong with Thai food, can you?
Oh no, you can. There's some horrible Thai food.
Yeah.
but
See, the thing is that no, but everyone says this. It's like, oh, it's beautiful food. Yeah, pad thai's nice, and
Yeah.
some
Green curry is nice.
green
Curry.
curry's nice. But what
Pineapple
about that
fried
stuff
rice
that
is
they
lush.
have that they dip the cucumber into, and it's like dark browny black stuff
there's
that's
condiment.
minging. That's not very nice. Somtam with crab and not dried fish, but fish head isn't that nice. I'm just saying that there are foods in Thailand that aren't that nice.
Well, I guess with any cuisine, it's the same.
Oh, I don't know. English cuisine's fantastic. Name one
Lord.
bad English cuisine. Name me one.
Bangers and mash.
Oh, that's a
How's
staple,
that bad?
that is.
That's
It's
amazing.
boring.
It's not boring. Not with HP sauce on it. It's not.
No, I'll give you that. It is a fairly boring, dull, bland dish, but it is yummy.
What, and rice isn't?
I didn't say that. I just said that bangers and mash is a fairly dull, boring, bland dish.
Okay, this is going really well.
This
is normal.
This is better than normal, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh.
Okay, so then what did you do? So what, you came here, thought you're
Yes.
going to stay,
Yes.
and that was it. So yeah, we'll stay. Well,
Yeah.
what did you want to do? What was your...
No, we were going through a bit of a transition in our lives. So we lived.
This is you and your
worked-
partner?
Yeah,
Obviously, okay.
yes, my husband. So we lived in
Married?
China. Yes.
Happy?
As happy as you can be.
Okay, that's
Um,
good. No chance then. That's all I'm just
I'm still waiting, Jay. You haven't,
It's been a
asked
long
me
time
out.
for me. It is
It's
Valentine's Day.
Day.
It's never too late. You can still ask.
Okay.
Let's be romantic. You can ask me on the radio, on this podcast.
Not this, but the podcast.
The
only podcast you obviously listen to. You're another one like Silvana.
Yeah.
You are aware of us.
Yes, yes.
As an entity,
As an
yeah.
entity.
I think so. Who are you guys again?
Well, this is Russell. He's the favourite one, most people. Everyone loves Russell. And I'm the other one.
Oh, right.
And that's it. Right, I'm going to relax now. So tell us, so what did you were going through a transition
And transition from what?
from what to what?
Okay, so we lived and worked in China for a number of years. And when my husband sold his business and we decided to take some time off, I just had my first child. He was 8 months at the time, so we thought, okay, let's go to somewhere livable. I think back then China was just, there's a lot of contamination, lots of fake stuff, and we thought, it's not really a good place to raise a kid.
And whereabouts in China?
We were in Shanghai.
Okay.
We lived in Beijing first and then moved to Shanghai. So we didn't think it was a right place to be raising a kid. So the first place that came to mind was, south of France. We thought if we could live anywhere in the world, where would that be? Of course, we thought we'll live the dream and go to south of France. That's where everybody goes to, right? So that's
Whereabouts
how
in the south of France?
The south.
so the closest airport
but
is
the
Nice.
south-
So in Provence.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Oui, se parler français, c'est bon.
Oui.
Yeah. Où est la plage?
Oh,
Le songe dans l'arbre.
you sound so sexy, Jay. I
Thank
don't
you
know
very
what
much.
Is that you asking me out?
No, that was me saying the monkey's in the tree.
Oh.
Oh, Kian, moving
Don't talk
swiftly
about
on.
Russell like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, he said a lot worse.
I have. So then you thought, right, change of scene, change of everything. South of France is awful. It's a terrible place to live.
Yeah.
Full of nasty things. Provence, what a terrible place to live.
It was great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, for we went there when it was summer. It was fantastic. But to live all year round it's a little bit too much because it can get a bit quiet because people only go there during the summer holidays where it's vibrant, busy, and the rest of the year is just quiet. And you are
it's
really
a long time.
yes,
in
and
that
you're
quiet
in the middle
downtime.
of nowhere. Everybody speaks French, and
What do you expect them
Well,
to speak?
which is odd
yeah,
for
which is fine,
the south of France.
But and also I think coming from a city life to like complete isolation and quietness in the mountains somewhere, it's just a little bit too.
I would absolutely love that.
You say that.
No, I would.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
no.
we
Yeah,
said too.
yeah.
No,
No.
I would. Having
So
no one near me in the mountains, away from, not so much the mountains, middle of the mountain. I don't want to be on the top.
Yeah.
I want to be in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
But no, I would love that. No one
Yeah,
around.
you say that now.
I would say that all the time.
Because M does this a lot. I mean, she's like, I should have a cabin in the woods and a book and a bottle of whiskey and should be fine. And I tend to think, it's like sitting here now, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
But I can totally get after a while, it would get
I
old.
don't like whiskey.
You'd want to either do something different or be around people or...
Oh, there's goats there.
Well, okay, that's...
Was
that's
that your goat noise? Or was that a
that's
giggle? That's a little goat noise.
That's a whole other hot topic. So
Okay.
you're in the south of France for about a year and a half.
A year and a half, yes.
Okay. So, and did you have your second child there?
Yeah, I had my second child there. So he was born in Nice.
Okay.
The same hospital as Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, FYI.
They were both born in Nice?
No, they are
No.
twins actually were born there.
I thought she just got them from Africa.
No, her real kids. She's
Oh, okay.
got twins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I've learned something today.
They have a house there as well.
They did. They're not together anymore, are they?
No.
No.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a shame.
did. Oh, there you go. Angelina Jolie.
I've never. No, she was hot in Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah.
Yeah.
Gone in
But-
60
And
seconds.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I thought she was pretty hot there too.
That's how they got together, wasn't it? I believe. In that
Correct,
movie.
yes.
I liked her in Maleficent.
I haven't seen that, but that's a kid's thing already, isn't it?
Well, it's yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of costuming and makeup in that one.
Well, yeah.
Maleficent.
Well, there was gargoyles and dragons and stuff. There was a lot of costumes and makeup.
We like dragons.
Right.
Do you like dragons?
I do like dragons. Got a thing for dragons. Anyway, south of France, 2 years.
Yes.
Is that a comment
Knocked
about
out-
Emily or not? Or was it just a...
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, what we planned in
Second
work.
child.
Yeah,
and suddenly
second
thought,
child.
hang on a minute.
Sorry?
So you had your second child and suddenly thought, hang on a minute. We need to perhaps move
Move.
from the south of France.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Sumi's
Yes.
looking very nervous now at you, Russell.
Yeah.
I know. What's
No,
the
just-
next question?
Well, what we want to know is, okay, so you were in the south of France, you had your kids, and you came to Thailand. What did you do here when you got here?
We were living life. Because, I mean, coming from China before where we had convenience, we had help, and when we moved to the south of France, we pretty much had to do a lot of things ourselves.
Oh my God, Sumi, did
I
you have to
know.
do cleaning? Did
I
you have to dust
know.
and hoover and things?
But
And
I-
cook stuff.
I know.
Look at you. Look at your face. Oh,
It
That
was
must have been horrific.
life transformation.
oh my word. What a disaster.
And with kids, it's quite different anyway. And we didn't really have a life because, there's really not much else you could do in the evening. And we're young. I mean, we're not that old. And, we just need
I think you're younger than us.
To be fair.
No, I'm actually
I don't think you are. I think you might be... Because Russell and I, although Russell looks a lot older than I do,
I mean, I'm
we're
only
of similar
36.
ages.
So you're about the same, yes?
You're 36.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even... You're so naive. Don't believe the
Or friendly.
grey-haired
Or
idiot.
friendly.
36
He's not
plus,
36.
what, 10?
Yeah, plus VAT.
Yeah, pretty much. But you're young. I think you're younger than us. I don't
No.
want to say your age because it's you shouldn't ask a lady your age.
But I can ask you.
Yeah.
What's your...
I'm 44.
Oh.
Exactly. I told you you're younger than us.
No, I'm not. I'm around.
Yeah, we're all in the same
Okay,
similar
so
sort of ballpark. There we
Similar,
go.
Yeah.
similar ballpark.
Yeah.
then.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
there we go. So you're still young enough now to go out and party, and you wanted to come to Thailand, get a load of cheap help, so you could enjoy your life.
Yeah, we wanted quality of life.
Fair enough.
So, you know,
And
we
7
were-
years ago, you probably did get that here.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Got a lot of that. So when we came, we did a lot of observation, and also we were ready for the next thing in our life. You know, we sold the business, and we're like thinking of
And
doing
do you know what?
something else.
Why not? You'd worked your way up, you got the bear,
Yeah.
you'd sold that business. Why not enjoy it?
Yeah. So that
Fair enough.
and there was really not much you could do in the south of France. I mean, in terms of business or work wise. So when we came here, we looked around and we met Jamie, who's our current partner for Bampot
Bampot.
Kitchen and Bar. So, and we started talking, actually more so Tor and Jamie started talking and decided to do something together.
Did you understand Jamie when you first met him, or was it?
Yeah, takes a bit
Actually,
getting used to.
I still don't
No, I know,
get
it's
him
hard,
on the
but it-
on the phone.
Oh,
on
just
the phone.
text him. It's easier. That's what I found when I was chatting to him. It's just easier to text him.
I know, actually, it's yeah.
So when was it? So can we mention Thor's name? Obviously, we have.
Yeah,
Thor.
sure. I'll have to charge you though.
Well, no, I think. Yeah, probably. Okay. Nice little baby crying on our podcast. What had he been in the restaurant game before? Is this something new, or was
No,
it
it's
just?
something completely new. So this is something that Tor always wanted to do.
See, I prefer Thor than Tor.
Thor.
Can we go Thor? Yeah.
He's not a god of thunder. Or
Well,
god
I
of...
don't know. Is he?
Yeah.
You've got 2 kids.
But he was
You should
he
know.
was at least twice.
Gosh, you guys are dirty.
Yeah.
Is this PG or not?
No,
No.
Oh, shit.
no. We generally swear a lot, but Russell's being very careful because there are other people around, especially young children behind him. So he's
I
being
couldn't
good.
give a fuck about the kids.
Oh, wow. Did he just say that?
Yeah,
He did, yes.
yeah. We're not. Listen, the podcast. This is the reason we do the podcast is that we don't have to abide by the rules from the radio. So if we do want to swear, we can.
Tell me more about this podcast. So where does it go? How does
Oh
it
my God!
distribute
You're the
it?
second
I've
person.
It goes
I've
out
seen
to the
it.
world.
Okay, I've seen it on social media. On
Okay,
But-
so you want to know? We're asking about you, then we'll come back to you. Okay, so the Jayleshark and Friends podcast comes from a time. Who's listening to them? Little kids, scumbag.
That really winds me up.
What?
People in places, they sitting there watching their phones or their iPads and that, and
Yeah.
blasting it out
Should I give you my
without
headphones?
using headphones.
No, I do. So basically, the idea of the podcast was radio is my passion. I love doing radio, and I miss doing radio. But I was always very upset with, not upset, but you have to follow
Constrained.
the rules. And you're restrained by working on the radio in Phuket with what you have to do, have to say, etc., etc., etc. And I also believe that podcasting and anything on demand is the way forward. So don't get me wrong, I think there is still a place for FM radio within especially a small island like Phuket. But I think moving forward, I think on demand, so Netflix, for example, from a TV point of view, has taken over mainly how TV's watch. So you can watch whatever you want when you want to watch it. And everyone with a mobile phone can watch and listen to whatever they want. So the idea with a podcast is, and I'm a big podcast fan, was that we could do our own podcasts. So it's not restricted to rules and regulations from anyone else. And plus it was more so a release for me. So when I went through the divorce and the depression and the horrible time, the idea was I wanted to get more creative and get back to doing something very creative. And I've kind of roped Russell in to help
Kicking
me.
and screaming.
And the other option was I was feeling very lonely and very and when you're depressed, I don't want to see anyone. And this is why the mountain thing really excites me. But also it's
That and the goats.
Yeah, that and goats. I love goats. It was a way to get to talk to people and actually hang out and socialise with people in a way to catch up with my friends that I hadn't seen because I locked myself away for 2.5 years and didn't see anybody, and that was how I wanted to be. And so this was kind of it's killing many birds with many stones. So it's a therapy session for me, and it's also something that I've always wanted to take it further from a podcasting point of view and from a radio point of view. And this is also a way to learn about how recording sound works and editing, and so it's a bit of fun as well. And I get to hang out with Russell for an hour and a half.
It's
Right,
amazing.
the real reason is really hanging out with Russell, isn't it?
A little bit,
I
yeah.
can see that
He's
glow
lovely.
in your eyes.
And it's like I said, it's being creative and talking to people and finding out more about people.
Right. So how many have you done now?
as you regular listeners you are.
Just out of interest, who's hosting the show? Sorry, who's asking the question?
Shut up, Russell. This is the Jayleshark and Friends and Sumi podcast.
I think you need
from
a
now on.
threesome for this.
Oh, hello.
You're such
Check,
a dirty
please.
little what's it, aren't you?
I
You're
was talking
terrible.
about, co-hosting. Anyway, I don't know where your mind is.
In the gutter.
Firmly in the gutter.
Been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question?
Something about a threesome. It is
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's Day.
We should do the video podcast for this one. Much better. We've done. This will be the 20th episode.
Really?
I think it is
Been
number
that many?
20. Yeah, we've done 20
God,
episodes.
blimey.
So you've interviewed 20 people.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, we had a couple of...
We've had a couple of the first 2 or 3 because we didn't know. I was procrastinating. What's the word?
Procrastinating.
Thank you. About doing the podcast and trying to find. And Russ and I had recorded ourselves a few times before, just doing practice sessions. We did a couple on the phone, kicking around using different equipment. And originally it was just going to be me and Russell just chatting about our lives, what happened that week, me walking in the woods and.
But frankly, who wants to listen to that?
Like that. And then I thought, well, let's do some interviews as well. And so we've done.
Most of them, I think.
The first 2 episodes we didn't have I think we've done 3 episodes with no guest.
Yeah.
Right.
So and ever since that we've had it. Although there was one. Hello, mate. There was one. I was a guest once, and Russell interviewed me, and Russell was a guest once, and I interviewed him.
Okay.
But apart from that, yeah. So we've had Silvano. We had Stacey. We had our favourite guest of all time,
Anna
Rose, who was at Phuket Has Been Good to Us.
Right.
So she's our favourite guest. I'm sorry, you're not even in the ballpark with her.
Ouch.
Sorry.
But the session's not over yet. There's still hope.
I mean,
this
is getting better. And better.
This has got to go some to. But anyway,
Steve from Peppers was a good one. That got a load of listeners. Actually, did really well. Steve
the Colonel.
Steve the Colonel, who we can't mention. We've done a few different people.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good.
So
And what's the time limit on this?
Why, you just seen my stopwatch going?
Yes.
No, that's just.
Am I running out of time?
No.
To be
and that's
fabulous.
it. Thanks very much.
No, we generally try to do around about 45 minutes to an hour. It depends how it goes. It's all about. The podcast is. We should have had this conversation before the podcast.
This is what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Russell really wants structure and planning. I'm more of a let's chat to someone and see where it goes, and see what happens in the conversation. So this conversation has come right back to me, which I'm very happy about.
Okay, good.
Can we get back to you now?
All right, sure. Shoot.
So got involved with Jamie at Bampot.
Yes.
All right, and that was from
a business point of view.
From
yes.
from a business. From a business perspective. Okay, which was but that wasn't his background. Neither of you.
No. Well, for Jamie, yes. I mean, that's
obviously Jamie, yeah. But for you guys, it was nothing.
No, not at all. But it's
So
something
why?
Toz always wanted to own a pub or a bar. It was something that
that I get.
He needed to do. So living the dream in France, so that's bucket list, and now owning a bar and restaurant. But
that's his bucket lists.
Yeah, that's his.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. See, there is structure to this podcast, which Russell has just pointed out. We're going to argue today.
We are.
I've got a feeling we're having a row today.
There's a row brewing.
What about so what do you do? Let's get back to you because I really want to get into this.
Oh, right.
Are you allowed
he really
talk
wants
about
to get
what
into
you
you.
want to do, or is it legally not allowed?
Yeah, no, I can. Right now?
Yes.
What do I do now?
Well, you're El Presidente's secretary is the way that I'm going to call it.
Yes, I basically run the day-to-day operations and development for the Phuket Hotels Association.
So what is the Phuket Hotels Association?
Okay, Phuket Hotels Association is a voice for the hospitality industry here in Phuket. So we represent, our member base are all the Phuket licensed hotels here. So we are non-profit. We are not commercial. We don't promote individual hotels, but we promote the destination and the industry. So we are a body that comes together to promote holistically the destination and
holistic. What does that holistically?
Like we all come together to.
I've been trying that for years. It never works.
With no agenda, as in like no personal agenda. Like they're not there to promote their own hotel, but it's more about the industry and the destination. So we're non-political, we're non-commercial, and so we do things to improve the industry.
So is it more about sort of local improvements, like how hotels here can work together
Yes,
to improve
correct.
things, or in terms of the draw and the marketing of Phuket as a destination?
Yes, that's right. So, I mean, there are 3 pillars. So, we look at destination marketing, education. So, that includes mentoring, training, and also offering scholarships to the underprivileged who wants to study hospitality and tourism. And lastly, which is very important, is sustainability. So, looking at ways how we can be green and eco-friendly in our daily operations in the hotels.
Is it difficult for all the hotels to come together and to all pull in the same direction when they're competing for
Yes,
similar
has to be.
people?
Yeah, well, this actually resolves a lot of that tension. And so the association, in a way, brought people together. We networked, we share information, share best practices, because in the past, everyone's competing with each other and quite guarded with information. So in many ways, I think this has brought everyone together, especially in times of crisis like now. So we're brainstorming, we are getting together, we're, coming up with promotion and plans on how to, to get more tourists back to Phuket.
Who's the worst GM? I was hoping you'd just answer straight away. That's what I was really hoping for. So, how long has the Phuket Hotels Association been rocking on for?
Okay, so we started in 2016,
Okay.
January, so coming up to 4 years.
And what kind of things do you do?
We do a lot of events, activities. We run a lot of workshops. So we have 2 major events a year. So we run a big fundraiser to help with education and offer scholarships. And
Which is what?
the FAB.
Okay, so that's the FAB one.
Correct. So the Phuket Hotels Association
Have
benefit.
you asked to be involved in the FAB event ever?
Yes.
Oh, you have you?
Mhm.
Okay, just checking.
I think you were unceremoniously dumped out of that one.
We MC together generally, don't we?
We generally do, yeah.
Did you
We're
do FAB
generally-
by yourself?
No, there was someone else in your
Oh,
place.
that was right.
That was
Martin
it, yeah.
Carpenter, yeah?
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
But we won't go over that ground.
Is that
We'll
a-
just- we'll just gloss over that.
It's fine. No problem at all.
Is that death stare?
Yeah.
No.
There goes your Valentine's Day.
I know.
Anyway.
He wasn't even asked to DJ anymore either. I mean, it's even that. Bald Benjay gets it because he's so nice.
Okay, moving on. Are we talking about me?
No, we're talking about the Fab event.
Yeah.
Although I did enjoy the Fab event, I think I went.
It was
dressed as-
fab.
It was James Bond
Bottom
theme,
chart.
wasn't it? Although
Yeah.
I think I was very disappointed because it was on the. Wasn't it? This was a Star Wars day.
Yeah,
but
it
did
was on the 4th
May
of
the 4th,
May.
yeah.
May
And
the
for some
force be
reason,
with
El
you.
Presidente, did he veto the vote?
I think the committee, the
Oh, come
working.
on. El Presidente has, we won't mention his name, Anthony Lark, has the authority to veto everything. Is he like the Donald Trump of the Phuket? No, I've gone
Oh,
too
that's
far, haven't I?
that's a
He's not
that's a
that bad.
step too far.
I love Larky. I do love him. Why didn't you do Star Wars on Star Wars Day?
Because, I mean, the event is always based on glamorous, dress up.
Chewie's quite glamorous.
Like, with Star Wars, it's a little bit limited. And also the entertainment, the decor. I mean, it's not that kind of event that we want to put on.
You're so good at this.
The-
Can I be a
good.
politician?
I tell you what,
Yeah, you
can
really
I give you an
could. You're
idea for
brilliant.
next year?
Sure.
Well, this year,
For-
isn't it not?
Oh,
Oh.
speaking of which, so this year,
When is
because
Fab this year?
supposedly on the 9th of May, and the theme is Glam Slam 80s. But
Oh, hold on. Now, see, I'm going to stop you right now.
glam.
Glam rock 80s
Glam.
is not glamorous like James. So you said you wouldn't do Star Wars because it's not glamorous enough.
But it's
But you're gonna
glamorous
do-
80s.
But you're going to do...
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
There is. We have researched it.
No, there's not.
There
Glam
is.
rock is completely over
mean,
the
Not
top.
rock, but it's glam 80s.
See, I think
So
people are going to be
the
dressed
oth-
up as glam rock stars.
One of the best
Gary
events.
Glitter's going to be
yeah,
there, and I'm
one
not
of the
sure
best
that's
events
going to be
we
the
did.
best thing for you.
Anyway, but speaking of which, because of the market condition right now with the outbreak, we have, out of respect, we have decided to reschedule Fab to perhaps end of the year. So we're looking at November.
Don't do it in October because that's when Hong Kong Sevens is going to be.
Yeah.
Just bounce
See, that's
those.
interesting because my burger event that's coming up at the end of March 28th.
Yeah, but
Um,
because a lot of our
Hold on, I haven't
support...
finished plugging my burger event. Can you calm down?
I thought this was
Saturday-
about me.
It is. Just shush a minute. March 28th. Shush you. March 28th, Saturday at Blue Tree Phuket. Other Blue Trees are not available. Is Phuket's Best Burger 6. Something that the Phuket Hotel Association has never wanted to be part of. which I'm very disappointed
You
about.
get a lot of hotels that join.
I do, but
individually.
I never get the appreciation and the love from the Phuket Hotels Association.
We do.
Do you?
We do share your information.
There you go.
Okay.
See?
I'll let them off then.
Yeah, well, the nature of our event is quite different because a lot of the support and the prizes and the food
International.
is donated by the hotels.
Oh, okay.
So if they're going through a financial hardship at the moment because of the situation, it wouldn't be fair.
It's tricky
I think
to go and ask for prizes. Yeah,
exactly, and also support like for food and other services. So it's just when it comes to charity, that will be the last thing
That's fair
now that they're gonna. So out of respect of that whole situation, so we decided not to.
And you'll still keep it glam rock, not glam rock, glam 80s.
I think that might have to change because, you know, we had to, I mean, the musicians were flying in from Australia. I mean, we had to basically cancel all that because we just don't know, you know, how long this is going to.
And then, so that's one event. And then the other event is?
It's the sustainable event, which is Phuket Hotels for Island Sustaining Tourism.
What's that then?
Is there an acronym for that? Because that's a bit of a mouthful.
Well, I'm dyslexic, so I couldn't be able to spell it.
It's PHIST.
Fist.
Fist.
Okay.
Correct.
Fist. Why are you giggling to me? You have.
I
to
am
you have to
not.
be very
I'm
professional.
waiting for the next question.
No, I have no question. Look.
So tell us about fisting.
Okay.
Honestly, I made so many jokes about that, and
Yeah.
so many people gave me such bad looks last year. I didn't name it. It's not my fault.
They're scarred by you, Jay. So it's a sustainable event. So we come together. So we bring international speakers and we make it a regional event where we talk about regional topics on the current climate situation. Single-use plastics is the main subject for the last 2 years. We have workshops. We have green exhibitors. Speakers, so we just come together, discuss, and talk about resolution.
This is the third year, isn't it?
This will be the third year, and that will be on the 7th of September in Angsana.
Can I drop in a topic for you? Because I'm not going to... I totally understand the whole sustainable tourism thing, and it's important that a lot of these things are discussed and brought up. But I do find it quite... hypocritical might be the right word. It could be a strong word. When you get a lot of these developments saying, yes, we're going to be totally eco-friendly and sustainable and we're going to build this massive project here. And I can't help but think, well, if you really wanted to be eco-friendly and sustainable, you wouldn't build that in the first place. We wouldn't expand this hotel. We wouldn't develop this more. Leave it as it is.
Yeah, I know. But you can't be... I don't think there's 100% eco-friendly, though. I think there's just no way.
There's not. It's either we're going to make business or we're not.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, there's no way to lead 100% plastic-free life as well. It's almost impossible. And I think, I guess, you know, everything in moderation and just be a bit mindful on the stuff that we use.
I think that it's wrong to put Sumi in that position to answer that question, Russell.
Yeah.
I feel
No, I
that
think
I need to call my lawyer.
Yeah, I think so. And I think your answer is very good. I think that, listen, I think if you, as long as you can do your bit, and everyone has to run a business, everyone has to, you know, make some money somehow, and I think as long as you're doing your bit, then that should be enough. Because different people can do more and different people can do less, and I think as long as you can do as much as you think is right, then that's fine.
But this is the follow-on then becomes, like you were talking about the benefit of having the association is it does bring all these hotels together. That yes, we're competing on different levels, whether it's for resources, just economic levels and what have you. It levels the playing field. But if you were to take something like, say, plastic straws, hello.
There's bake using plastic straws.
Apparently so, yeah.
Wow.
But
Baked
we won't
by Twin Palms, yeah?
But we won't mention that. Yeah, but you might have some organisations that we're happy to get rid of plastic straws. We can buy in paper ones, or we'll just get rid of it. You might have other hotels that either don't have the economic stretch to do that, and they kind of feel that they need them. So it's then about having that. Well, who's right and who's wrong, and it's about being at the end of the day, you've got to manage a business, right?
Yeah.
For me, when it comes to something like this should not be down to you as an organisation or individual hotels to manage. This should be at a much higher level.
Yeah.
At a government level to say, right, we're just not importing plastic anymore, end of. You made the point, it's really hard, if not impossible, to live a plastic-free life. you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you leave it to us, Joe Public, to make the choice, it's just never going to happen.
Yeah, but I think the government here has been really supportive of, like, removing single-use plastics and foam. Certainly,
Well, they're falling in line with a global shift movement,
Yeah.
really.
I think we've reached strides here in Phuket, particularly because the community is just ready to make that big step forward, which is, I think, compared to other islands or destinations, I think we're
It's huge.
we're very advanced. Not very, but the willingness is there.
And it's
it's-
moving in the right direction.
Yes, and I
without
know
doubt.
some people will whinge and complain, like it's
Russell.
only one day a week or 2 days. But you know what? That's one step, and then later on it will just create waves. But all it needs is the first step, I think. And I think we should be encouraging people rather than condemning them for only doing it for one day, or not completely removing everything. But
It depends on what it is. I mean, for something like some of the shops here would say, yeah, we'll have one day a week or one day a month is plastic bag free. Honestly, there's no point in that.
well, it's a start though. It's
It's
better
a
than nothing.
It's a start and it's better than nothing, but it doesn't have any actual impact. Other than maybe sowing a seed that I won't go to that particular shop today because it's the plastic free day, I'll go tomorrow instead. If you made the shift that it's just they don't have plastic anymore, or God forbid I've got to pay for each one that I use like they do in Tesco's in the UK, then you start to have a mind shift in terms of I'll bring my own bags, I'll bring my
Yeah.
own things.
And that's what it is. It's a start of a mind shift, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is the first step. And then look at 7-Eleven and Family Mart. I mean, now it's completely no plastic. But they started out with 1 day, 2 days, or every Wednesday, whatever date it was. But it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And then it will create waves, I think. It's better than nothing. And I think, we should be encouraging. You're very quiet, Jay.
Yeah, Jay's gone very.
Well,
Quiet.
Are you drowning in plastic?
No, not at all. I'm very environmentally friendly. I studied environmental science at school. That's what I did as a.
Did you?
Yeah, absolutely. I did environmental studies, which then moved on to leisure and running around the world teaching water sports. But anyway, that's what I studied. I was, I come from that background. I just don't bang on about it all, And
No.
for me, I see his point. I see your point. I see everyone's point. I think education is the key for me.
Correct.
But I think this is. Sometimes I feel that this whole plastic situation is a middle class issue. We've jumped on the bandwagon as a middle class. I put myself as a middle class person. Don't know why, but I have. But it's the generation. It's the poorer generation that can't afford to go and buy a reusable bag. I know it sounds silly, but
No,
they can't, and they want their plastic bags. And the fishermen that are out fishing using the fishing stuff that they're just discarding. It's not just about plastic bags. It is a huge thing. It's just everyone's jumping on the plastic bottle bandwagon, and I do get frustrated about that. I saw an advert. Some guy was selling a plastic or a recyclable bottle, and he says everyone buys one. There's a little code in it, and we get a thing, and we go and pick up a plastic bottle. So it's like, just go and pick up a plastic bottle anyway.
Yeah, quite.
I hate the. For me, I just hate the fact that people are jumping on the bandwagon in the way that they're going to go. Oh, we're going to do a beach cleanup now, and here's what we're doing. I don't send
Just
a
do
picture
it
every time
anyway.
I go pick up litter at the beach. I'm not taking a picture of myself.
Yeah.
Every time I'm telling my kids, don't litter, don't use this, don't use that. I'm not,
Instagramming it.
Instagramming it. I'm going to do it. Every time I compost, which is every single day, I'm not taking a picture of me composting.
But equally, things like plastic straws. What was when we had this big drive to get rid of plastic straws? What was the follow-on?
I tell you what, my arts and crafts dropped off because I
we
didn't
should
have any
have-
plastic straws to use.
We should have paper straws. We should have bamboo straws. There's these big industries that are trying to pick up to replace that. Just get rid of the straw.
Yes, exactly.
Why do I need a
Yeah.
straw?
You get drunker quick on straws, apparently.
Well, some hotels are re-engineering their drinks so that you don't need a straw to drink. So
Yeah.
I mean that's also another
But
solution.
it's just habits.
Well,
Yeah.
once again, is those metal straws that started to come out. One, they're disgusting because you can't clean them properly. In fact, I know someone who drunk out of one of those metal straws
And died.
Not died, but then all of a sudden went, "Oh, what's that?" And there was a bit of rice stuck in it.
No.
Happy days.
And you can't clean them. The same with the bamboo straws. You can't clean them properly. You know, paper.
Well, bring your own straw.
Well,
Why don't you need? You don't
Yeah,
need
don't
straw.
need a straw.
That would be the
Yeah.
point.
But
It's
once
just
again, I think for me, I think it should be personal. So even when 7-Eleven did give plastic bags for every 2 seconds, I'd just say no, thank you.
no, that I disagree with. Because
What, saying no, thank you? I should have taken
that bit, yes, but you can say that. I could say that. Sumi could say that.
Well
But
done.
then the other 5,000 people that went through 7-Eleven that day wouldn't say that. So there's
Sure.
for me, if you want to make a massive commitment change to something like plastic bags, and this is where this year it has come from a government level. They've just said in connection with the owners of 7-Elevens and Family Marts, right, that's it. From this date, it's illegal to have them. You can't have them. Bosh, that trickles down.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry, but my argument for that... Sorry, we're jumping on this one. It's illegal not to wear a helmet.
It's not
This is a problem. No, but hold on. Let me finish now. You get me all rattled. I was quiet and you shouldn't have started me up. The government can say certain things, but the implementation of that... That's the wrong word. It's the follow-up, and
Yep.
it's the people making sure that happens.
Yep.
I guarantee right now I can walk over to that 7-Eleven, there'll be plastic bags in it.
probably quite possibly so.
120%.
I don't think so.
Oh, I totally know, because I've just been over there.
Yeah.
They're giving out plastic bags.
So, and a lot of them still do. However, the idea is, in terms of it coming from a government, you have much more success over a longer period of time, or even the shorter term, if it's driven from the very top. If the government, and I don't just mean the Thai government, like any bigger country, if the government said, right, from today we're no longer
Nicaragua.
we are no longer
I thought it was a game. I was picking a country.
we're no longer importing plastics. We're no longer exporting them. We're no longer selling them. We're collecting them all. There's another issue to what you would do with all that heat. But if you take it out of the system completely,
Oh, I don't disagree with you. Take anything out of the system.
then the
I'll do it.
choice is made for us.
But, okay, back to Sumi.
Should I go?
No,
Yeah.
I just wondered, what will be the next thing? Because at the moment it's plastic. Because years
Yes.
ago we were told to stop wasting paper because all the trees were getting cut down and the
Yeah.
Amazon was dying and we were destroying the thing. So we started using plastic because plastic was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Now we can't use plastic. So what's next? What's going to happen in a few years' time? They're going to say, right, you can't use this. What about palm oil, which is even worse than plastic?
Yeah.
That is a major thing
You
now.
know, what about overfishing, which is worse than plastic?
Correct. Right now, for the association, we're focusing on food waste minimization.
See, do you compost?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, the restaurant does.
No,
Yeah.
that wasn't. Do you compost?
I think so. My husband, I don't food related stuff at home. I do not touch.
See,
So
it's one thing that I'm offering people to go and I will build a compost for them. So there's a couple of
Yeah.
schools that I'm working with locally
Right.
that I'm actually going to go and we're going to go get some old pallets and we're going to just set up a
Yeah.
simple compost.
it's
for them.
easy
Oh, it's
enough
easy.
to
It's a
do.
simple thing. And in fact, this is something that Blue Tree do. Blue Tree have got a machine that actually can compost everything.
Correct.
Bones, meat, the lot, and they just shove it all in
Mm.
into this machine, which I think is impressive. My compost is purely just has to be natural stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get all the coffee grounds from the local coffee
Yeah.
shops. I get all the
Vegetable
peelings
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good because a lot of people don't know as well. Even if they throw it in the garbage bin, it can't go to the incinerator because it's wet food
Yeah.
as well. So
And also, even if you don't want to wait the 6, 7 months, 8, 9 months for compost to be amazing, coffee grounds can go on your garden straight away.
yeah.
So I think everyone who lives close to a 7-Eleven, just go and ask them for their coffee grounds. They'll give it to you. They don't want to get rid of it.
Mm.
And you just take it and you just put it on your garden straight away.
Yeah.
You don't even need to compost that. You
Yeah.
can just go on gardens.
Correct.
Eggshells, same thing.
Eggshells are good as well.
Mm.
Just crunch them up, throw them on your garden. You don't
Mhm.
need compost.
Yeah.
So what are you doing through the Hotels Association?
With food waste?
Yeah.
So we're looking at getting our hotels to reduce food waste by 30%. I think very little people know that food waste generally, okay, when you think about food waste, you think about buffet lines and how people waste food or take more than they should. But really, the food waste really comes from food preparation that many people are not aware of. And so just basically educating, you can save a lot of money. You can save, it can be more sustainable in the food area. And there are so many solutions as well. So not only reducing your food waste, but also food donation, which there's SOS.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting. I approached a supermarket on the island, and I said to him, "What are you doing with your leftover, your out of date food? What are you doing with it? Can I come and get it? Can I take it? Can I use it?" And I haven't actually. I need to follow up on that because I
You
was gonna,
should.
either one, I was just going to recycle it and compost it.
Yeah.
But there are rules and regulations. You
Yes,
can't. Give out, can
hygiene
you?
for hygienic reasons. I don't think you can. Like some of the food are not consumable, so there's certain lists of things that you could reuse. I mean, for pastries and stuff, you could, but anything dairy and related, it's probably not.
No, I was just after the
advisable.
vegetables because the amount of vegetables they must chuck away.
Yeah.
All the supermarkets.
But I was going to say, there was a thing in Tesco's a couple of years ago about that, where people were just basically raiding their bins out the back of the shops.
Yeah.
So, and then that became a legal issue where you can't steal the food. Well, you're throwing it out, so why can't we have it? And it's perfectly healthy food. And there's little pop-up shops in London, which are basically giving away out-of-date food. So they will go and get it from supermarkets or wherever that are just getting rid of it. They'll stock and just give it out.
No, it's
Well,
interesting.
but the whole point is to not make too much.
Oh, that's the key thing, is live to
Yes.
your means.
Yeah, and hotels always have this fear about running short on food.
Sure.
So they always over prepare, and then that all ends up going
But
into the
even
waste.
just trying to compost food is it's not as easy as we make out, because if you're in a big kitchen, you've got to make sure that you've got to separate it. You have to
everything.
have someone
Yeah.
there that's, it's an extra member of staff, so it's an extra salary, it's extra something to make sure it's all separated correctly.
Yeah,
If you don't have one of these fangled machines where you can shove everything in,
Yeah.
which are quite expensive as well.
correct.
Well, good for you, Sumi.
Us.
No, just you.
Just you, because we know it's just you that does it all.
I know it's Valentine's Day. You don't have to go that far.
So what else is on the horizon? So when is it's Angzana for the
Angzana, yeah.
PHISTing event.
On the 7th of September.
Who did the logo?
Quo from Bangkok.
It's a good logo. Looks like someone's fisting. So I guess no, but it matches up with the word fist, doesn't
It
it?
probably does, yes.
Yeah, Quo does all our branding
You
for the
must get
Phuket
this all
Hotels
the
Association.
time from idiots mentioning.
Yeah,
But the
like
thing
the
is
one
it-
I'm speaking with now.
Yes, very much so.
But the
Yeah.
problem is it is a name and it is a logo that stands out.
True.
Joking
Yeah.
aside, it actually is.
And also, whether you're making a joke about it or not, it's out there. People talk
Yeah.
about it, and
and
that's
it
what
is
you
an
want.
amazing event.
Yeah,
It is
Quo
an amazing
Bangkok
event.
really does great branding stuff for us, like our Phuket Hotels Association logo, Fab logo. Basically, all our branding identity, it's done by them, pro bono.
That's kind of them.
Yes.
Because that's Quo, isn't it?
Quo.
Well done,
Bangkok.
Quo. You
Well
guys
done.
are good. There you go. They've had a
Thank
shout
you.
out to the 50 people that listen to us.
50? God, we're
It's gone up.
rifling up,
Gone up.
aren't we?
It's
Excellent.
gone up. So the plan. So this year at PHISTing, it will be more of. Is it more food waste we're talking about, or will it still be
Yeah,
plastic, or is the focus going to be on
Both.
reducing food
I
waste?
think both. So with plastic, we're going to extend. We had a plastic pledge about reducing single-use plastic water bottles in room. So we want to extend that to F&B area and also laundry, and food waste is the next one.
With the drive for the plastic bottles in the rooms, how does that map out?
Yeah, it's been good. A lot of the hotels already made the changes, and we're glad that the changes are not just coming because the association is driving it. A lot also driven by the hotel guests, because
Cool.
a lot of them are making conscious
Yeah.
eco decision now about where they want to stay
Sure.
and support hotels that are green. So I think the mindset and also depends on who's running the hotel. If they're passionate, they would make that change and drive to make that change. But I think right now you just cannot afford not to do it. And also with the next, so we've got millennials now, right? So the next generation is, I think, Generation Z. So they're all
Yeah.
about environment and sustainability and making all the,
No, that is true. My kids
choices.
are very much up.
that's what they're
upbeat
growing
on
up
that
with.
kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
yeah.
for sure.
Yes, correct. So this is the next generation. So they're very digitally focused. They're tech savvy, and they all make eco-friendly decisions.
Well, let's hope
Eco-cautious.
so. Let's hope they
Yes.
save the world, because we've ruined
We
it.
fucked
yeah.
it up. Oops. Oh no!
Mark the moment.
Word. Sumi's the
Excellent.
first person to swear.
Oh,
No,
shut
she's
up.
not.
Can't believe it. This was supposed to go out. This was the first one for the radio as well.
Well, just bugger that one up.
In all fairness, can I just say, I will be starting a podcast soon, which is all about, not just about sustainability. It's not the word sustainability I want to use, but it's all about doing as much as you can. So the individual and what they're doing, what that individual person is doing, and that's coming soon. I just think that as I said, as long as you can do as much as you think you can do, then that's great. You know, it's positive no matter what. And like you said, there's people that could do more, there's people that could do less.
Yeah.
I think it
as long as
balances
we
itself
do our part, you know.
do your
I think
part, and people stop bitching and moaning about it all. And
correct.
there's a lot of worse things in life, like vegans. Right.
On that note,
On that note, are you a vegan?
I am.
Are you really?
No.
You're terrible. You could never be a vegan.
What do you mean? You have it?
I've seen you in Napoleon munching on that bacon sandwich and the whole sausage.
there's nothing wrong with the bacon sarnie.
Thank you, Russell.
There's
See?
nothing wrong with it. Well, there's a lot
There's
wrong with the bacon
empathy.
sarnie, but I love a bacon
Actually,
sarnie.
pigs are very good for disposing of food waste because you can actually give them
And
everything.
dead bodies.
And dead bodies, that's right.
What
yeah.
is? Sorry?
Pigs.
Pigs, yes.
So the pig farm down in Manic area, they used to take a lot of food waste from the hotels.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
where all the dead
correct.
bodies go.
Mm.
It takes them 20
It's
minutes.
true. Yeah, you got to crunch them up because they can crunch up the bones and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
I like a pig.
Useful info.
For a goat.
You referenced earlier for Tor that things on his bucket list were to live in the south of France and to owner
Got his
of
name wrong. Thor.
Thor
Oh.
and his magic hammer. Anyway, so we've got.
Sorry, that's good. I like that one.
I thought you like that. We've got 2 of his items from his bucket list. However,
Yes.
what would be on your bucket
I'm
list?
sure that this
I'm-
is a third one on his bucket list. Is just being Sumi's partner.
Well, not necessarily, and not necessarily in that order.
No, because that would be on my bucket list.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
What's on your bucket list?
So,
What's
other
things you
than
wanna do?
Jay, what's on your bucket list?
Well, it's very boring stuff. I guess, I think I've hit my bucket list. I mean, I've always wanted to be a mom. I think that's checked.
You've
Everything
got 2
else-
kids. I would suggest yes, you've
Yes,
ticked the box twice.
just to make sure. But everything else, it's like traveling and.
Like where?
But it's
do you
something
wanna go?
specific
I
that you haven't been to that you'd
Yes,
like to.
I want to go to Egypt. I haven't been, and I want to do the safari in Africa. I want to also go on the Inca trails in Peru. Those 3.
Cool. Have you never been to Africa?
Sorry,
You've never been to Africa?
No.
Okay, cool.
never been to any of these places.
I've never been to Africa, I don't think.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be I'm not that interested about safaris.
Why not? Being in the nature.
Yeah, but I don't want to be eaten by a
wildlife?
lion.
Well, it's very safe.
Well, if
Oh, I don't know. Lions are vicious.
you'll be totally fine as long as you're wearing your running shoes.
Oh, I've got new shoes on, actually. Have you noticed my new shoes today? Talking
And
about
if you wore
living to your
those,
means, it's my 18th pair of
if
shoes.
you wore
that I'm wearing.
those shoes and we went for a safari, you would not get eaten for a lion by a lion.
I'm not sure about it. My daughter's doing a whole project on. Well done, Russell, learning to turn your mic off when you cough. My daughter's doing a whole project on Egypt, and actually over half term, which is next week, we've got to build a pyramid, and she wants me to build a pyramid.
Yeah, when you say
Not
we,
yeah, say we. I've got to build a pyramid and then cut it in half. So from one side it looks like the outside of the pyramid, but then from the other side,
so you got to build a triangle.
no, a pyramid. Very different from a triangle.
3D?
Yeah, 3D. That's what a pyramid is. I'm not saying triangle. I'm saying pyramid. What part of this do we not understand? Pyramid shape is 3D. Yeah.
No, you said you have to cut it into half.
Slice it in half.
Yes.
The pyramid. So then you can see inside, and then I've got to build tombs and different things inside.
So you're going to be busy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
basically
So no
recycling
date
cardboard.
night tonight.
Oh, I'm on date night tonight. I think I'm off tonight, actually, Russ. It's
Woohoo!
Friday night.
Date night.
By the way, the podcast comes out on Tuesday. I'll send you the link,
Okay.
just to let you know.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
will I get famous?
You already are famous. You're the silent assassin of the Phuket Hotel Association.
In all of your
did I
travels
assassinate?
and all of your dealings with sustainable Earth and yada yada yada,
Yeah.
do you believe that the Earth is flat? It's a straight up question. Do you believe
I
that
don't
the
know.
Earth is flat?
I'm trying to think, should I be intelligent or not?
No, be intelligent.
Be intelligent because it would make a change.
No, it's not flat.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And you can prove this?
I guess.
Good. That's good enough for me.
Russell's
Oh.
making out he wants to meet a flat earther, and from the very start of doing this podcast,
No, they have an association for that or a
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, they do.
Flat Earth.
Yeah.
there's one that lives here on the island, and I refuse to bring him on the podcast because I just don't want Russell to absolutely destroy him.
Who is he?
I think he's actually just left. But no, he's
Because of Russell?
no. I just think because of the current environment,
Yeah.
not environment, the current political and status of Phuket, and with what's going on in
Anyone
life.
I know?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure. You might do.
How long you been here?
7.5
years?
years.
Yeah, you might. Yeah,
You might
okay.
do then.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
afterwards.
Okay.
Cool.
Off
We'll
air.
say we're off air. Yeah.
Off air, offline.
Sumi, we're probably coming to the end of our little chit chat now.
Oh,
Thank you. It got quite serious at one point. The green stuff.
I
Thank
like
you.
that.
right. We are very serious and professional people here.
But absolutely.
Is there anything else on your bucket list that you want to do?
That I want to do.
Yeah. Oh, here's a question for you. So you're in the. So let's just quickly. So you guys, as a group, look after Bampot, which is just across from Bake, where we are right now. So if either of those two want to be a sponsor of the show, then you can
Rock
do.
on.
Yeah. Nice touch,
Thank
Jay.
you very much. Bampot, just to give that a bit of a plug. It's open 7 days a week.
Yes, correct.
Do you know the hours?
Yes, from 5 to midnight.
Okay. And tell us just quickly. It serves food,
Amazing
Yes.
food.
It's
drinks,
Yes, correct. So
cocktails.
it's yes. Do you want to do
tequila.
all of the above?
Okay.
Yes. So it's modern European food, and Chef Freddy is really good. I mean, he's got everything covered.
Freddie's cool.
I've not met him. I don't think.
You've not met Freddie?
And-
Oh, he's
and-
cool.
And we've done some renovations as well.
He
So
does
we
look good.
so we closed for about a month in August, I think.
Yeah.
And we put out an outside bar, and we did a bit of touch up inside. And
But Jamie's not. Is he still overseeing? So he's still overseeing, but from Bangkok. Now.
Yes, because we opened
got
one in
Alta.
Bangkok. Yes,
So
correct.
that's
Oh,
part
you're
of
very
That's part of
Good.
your chain
correct.
as well.
Yes.
Okay. And how's that one going in Bangkok?
Yeah, it's good. It's a very different market. So we're still learning. So it's up to it's 1 year now. So it's just very competitive in Bangkok.
We were in
Absolutely.
Bangkok last September, and we went to Alta. Took my mum up for
Oh,
a
nice.
belated birthday present, and we went to Alta for dinner.
All
So-
right. Did you like it?
Yeah, loved it. So I
Good.
mean, it was great to see Jamie and all of that, and the
Yes.
food was obviously it was great.
Yes.
Very different vibe
Correct,
in that
yes.
place. So in a good way, it was very cool. A little bit different to the one here, but no, it was
Yeah.
nice.
The food is also quite different to a certain level as well.
Yeah.
So
So-
I'd be worried when Russell says something's cool. Just look at him. Look at the way he's sat.
I'm comfortable.
You are very
You're
comfortable.
very judgmental.
I call that's who I am. I
Oh.
judge everybody.
Have you-
It's
have you had
terrible, though,
fun?
Because hold on, I haven't finished my judging thing. I do judge people, and then I then think that everyone's judging me, and so that makes me paranoid all the time.
Why do you think people judging you?
Because I judge everybody.
Oh, right. So
I put my own thoughts and feelings, which is completely wrong, because my own thoughts and feelings are mental, and I think everyone thinks the same way I do.
so what did you think about me?
Oh, let's not go
When?
there.
What
when you-
now? When I just saw you, I thought,
No, no.
my God, your trousers are bright.
Oh,
Very orange.
yeah.
Did you dress up for us?
Yes, I did.
Blah.
Did I get some attention?
Yeah, hell yeah, girl, you do get attention. I love
Scrubbed
you,
up for you.
Sumgis, you're lovely. We're wrapping up now,
Okay.
I think. Thank you very much for being on our
No, thank
podcast,
you.
Jayleshark and
Thank you.
Friends
And Russell.
podcast. It comes out on Tuesdays. I will
Right.
send you the link. It's on SoundCloud, it's on Spotify, and it's also on Spotify. Sounding very Essex then, isn't it?
Yeah, a
It's on
little bit.
Spotify and
Spotify.
iTunes.
Is it on Netflix?
Coming soon.
No, Sabi, but thanks for laughing at that. If you want to go to Bampot, you can. Just search Bampot on the old Google box. I guess it's www.bampot.com, I'm assuming.
.co, yes.
Oh, is it .co, is it?
Correct.
.com gone, is it?
Yes.
Probably.
We
Dear.
tried to be different.
Yeah, sometimes that's not good being different.
Mm.
It has its moments. You know what Bampot means, don't you?
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't. What does Bampot mean?
You don't know. Do
No, I don't.
you want to tell him?
You tell him. Better coming out
Which
from
one
you
is
than
you
me.
know?
No, we do
Basically
know.
an idiot.
It's what?
Basically, it's a Scottish word for being an idiot.
Idiot.
A minion.
Idiot.
Idiot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, kind of. Yes, it's like a slang term.
But it's
Oh, yeah,
used as a
Bampot.
term of endearment, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Idiot. And alter means drunk. Also in Scottish slang.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it Gaelic?
Scottish.
So
not-
yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Sumi, thank you
Yes.
for being on the podcast.
Thank you,
for
sweetie.
all the
No,
work
thank
you
you.
are doing with the Phuket
Oh.
Hotels Association and all the abuse you probably do get over all the sustainability crap.
And keep fisting.
And keep on fisting, baby. Thanks, Russell.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sumi.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. ¿Cómo está?
Russell,
Jay.
this is the outro to the podcast with Sumi.
I think I like when we do the outro straight after the podcast. I think that's I think we're onto something with doing that.
It's a beautiful sunset.
It's a beautiful sunset.
Okay, so we did the podcast with Sumi at the lovely Bake, although they use plastic straws, which we're not going to bang on about. Don't use plastic straws.
Bad.
Yeah, don't do drugs, don't drink, and don't use plastic straws. But we're now sat at the lovely Blue Tree, and you might hear in the background the fountain, which is quite noisy.
Well, I'm more inclined to say you might hear two guys talking in the background.
Oh,
that would be us.
And I've just realised they're playing Drive Me Crazy by the Fine Young Cannibals as their background music.
Is that what it is? I've got... I can swear I can hear two different...
Oh, there is music coming from behind us, and there's music coming from over there as well, yeah.
Yeah, right, that's what's confusing
Welcome
me.
to my world.
Yeah.
How was Sumi?
Sumi was good.
She was lovely,
Sumi.
her.
She's lovely.
Are you all right, Russell?
I am. I'm just really tired.
Why are you tired? Is it something to do with your Canine Point Academy location that's... If
It's
you want to
just-
train your dogs, go see Russell.
Just-
CaninePointAcademy.com.
Correct. That's exactly it.
That's the end of.
That's the end of that.
After the podcast, Russ and I took a very heavy cabinet to his new facility, which is opening in
Bandon.
Bandom.
Bandon.
No one knows where Bandom is, by the way.
Bandon?
Yeah.
Everyone knows where Bandon
No,
is.
they don't.
Do you know where Chantilly is?
Everyone knows where Chantilly is,
Does
yeah.
everyone know the big road that goes from Chantilly to Talang?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think they do.
Do you know where Talang is?
Well, I think people think of Talang, they think of Macro, and they
Yes.
think of the big Tesco's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
That's nowhere near your location of your dog training
It is,
facility. No, it's not. But where the crow flies, yes. But not anyway. Forget about that. If you want training dogs, go see Russell. Caninepointacademy.com. Sumi, lovely.
Oh,
What?
sorry.
Yeah.
They wanted to sue you.
No. She won't sue us. She's lovely. No, she's doing good. She's doing good for the Phuket Hotels Association. As I sip my beverage.
What we didn't get from her, and we probably should have, and we can add this into the podcast afterwards, was the website for the Phuket Hotels Association.
Yeah. Just go on the old Google box and search
It's probably
Phuket.
Fab something.
No, it's not. I think it's Phuket Hotel Association.org or .com or something.
Right.
No, it doesn't matter.
Cool.
No
But
one
I like-
listens to this bit, by the
But
way.
I like the initiative. I like the program, and I think ultimately what they're trying to do, and they are actually doing, is brilliant. To be fair,
Suck up.
no, it's true.
No, I agree. I do agree. Yeah, I do agree. She's very politically, but not. It's not political. She's very politically.
Adept.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good word.
It's a nice one, isn't it? Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that means what I think I'm trying to say.
I hope it does because it sounded great.
Yeah, no, she's very clever at just not. She sits on the fence. Not sitting on the fence
No,
is
no.
the wrong word.
She's good at dealing with whoever's in front of her.
Okay, here's a question: is she hot?
Yes.
I love Sumi. Sumi, it's Valentine's Day today. It's Friday.
Love
It won't come. Well, it's not today because actually this comes out on Tuesday. But yes, you are hot. Only she was single and ready to mingle,
Yeah.
like
You'd
the
be-
rest of
I mean,
us,
You'd be right in there, I reckon.
so to speak.
Well, yeah, that too.
Anyway, right. Canine Point Academy. What? We've got to do. Oh, did you see that our friend Danio,
Yes.
who releases a podcast on the same day, is desperately asking people to like and subscribe to his Apple iTunes podcast account?
Yes.
Do we have to do the same, begging and asking?
I think we probably should.
Please go and like us and subscribe and leave a comment on Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Give us 5 stars, even though we're shit. Give us 5 stars. That'd be great. Thanks.
I don't understand why people say leave us a 5-star review.
Because you get high. I
understand that
From the marketing
bit.
point of view, it's all about algorithms. And if you get a 5-star review, same as TripAdvisor and the same as Google.
I understand that.
Okay,
No one's going
what?
to say, go onto iTunes and leave us a 1-star review.
Okay. Go onto iTunes and leave us a 1-star review.
Other than us, no one's going to say that.
I don't care about reviews, though.
Neither do I.
It's not as though it's going to get us up the rankings of what? Phuket podcasts. We're the number one anyway because we're the only Phuket podcasters out there. There's a burger event on the 28th of March. Phuket's Best Burger. Phuket's Best Burger. It's a free entry. Come to the event. It's great fun. You can eat lots
It's
of
not
burgers
just any
and drink
burger,
beer.
it's burger event. It's the biggest burger event in Asia.
I believe it is allegedly the biggest burger event in Asia. Oh, I've had a few
Southeast Asia.
beers.
Southeast Asia. There you go.
Southeast Asia.
If you
We
wanna
better
be on
wrap
the
up. This is a
pods-
very long outro.
If you want to be on the pod, you can email us, jayleshark@gmail.com.
Oh, you know my that's my personal email address. Because I don't check the other one.
Well, it's probably just as well I gave the right one out there,
Jayleshark and Friends is the other Gmail address.
that you don't check.
No, never.
Right.
Never. Like us on Facebook, Jayleshark and Friends. There's no Russell mention on that. Like us on Instagram. Still have not posted anything. Like us on Twitter because I do post on Twitter.
There we go.
Is that it?
I think so, yeah.
Should we finish? Oh, your pizza's still coming.
Pizza's
Well,
on the way.
we're sat at Made in Italy. Well, should explain where we are. We're sat at Made in Italy because we're
In
doing his
Blue
outro a few hours after the podcast because Russell had to do work. So
Which sucks.
He's come to Blue Tree Phuket where I sometimes do work, and we're sat in Made in Italy and you're getting pizza. What
Yeah.
flavour are you getting?
I'm getting a pepperoni pizza.
Oh, you getting the pepperoni one?
Yum. I hope. Better be.
Right, on that note, we'll find out next week.
Yeah, tune in next week.
Thanks, Russell.
Bye.
Bye.